KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. It is Friday, March 17th. Thanks for joining us.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Are you wearing green today? If you're not,
I haven't seen anybody get pinched yet. And just to be safe, I changed from my tie to a pocket square just so I was covered.
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
But you look beautiful today, and there's a lot of green around the building today. The other thing I'm seeing is a noticeable change in the layering of clothing.
Yes. Oh, yes, very much so, because it's pretty cool out there, right, Mia?
Yes, it is much colder right now compared to where we were this time yesterday. A look outside with live cam shows we've got the cloud cover in place. Earlier this morning, those cameras shaking a little bit because it is also windy out there behind the front that we had moved through earlier this morning. A bit of a noisy overnight across portions of south central Texas thanks to the strong thunderstorms that front was able to spark. Now, nothing really in terms of strong storms out there right now. We just have a few lingering showers that are pushing across our eastern counties. That activity continues to filter off farther to the east here. But check out temperatures, at least a 24-hour temperature change from right now compared to where we were this time yesterday morning. About 20 to 25 degrees colder. We're in the 40s across a good portion of south central Texas. 45 here in San Antonio, 41 in Bernie, 43 over in Bulverde and Gonzales. But of course, when you factor in that gusty north wind that we have in place, it feels like the 30s still across portions of the area. So definitely wanting to bundle up out there this Friday for your St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures this afternoon will reach into the 50s, and then a few more showers possible later tonight and into the overnight. That's what we're going to monitor for. Yes, maybe a few snowflakes trying to mix in across portions of the hill country right off the bat. No ice impacts expected, but we'll get you a full look at what we're expecting here over the next 24 hours in just a minute. But for now, let's send things over to Stephen.
Hey, thank you so much, Mia. Well, we have been keeping a very close eye on the roadways throughout the morning. We really didn't see a whole lot of problems during morning rush, and I really think that's because a lot of folks are probably enjoying their spring break, but this weather may be something else for them that they hopefully can find some way to enjoy. But, some relief here on the roadways because they have been pretty quiet throughout the morning. We did have some problems during our earlier edition of Good Morning San Antonio, but those have already fizzled out, and we're really just seeing traffic getting on by without any issues at this point. Check out 90 at 36, 410 at Marbach. Some of the areas we spotted here in town actually saw some ponding, but thankfully it didn't seem to impact the majority of drivers out there. But be on the lookout. I've noticed that there's a bit of road debris being reported here off of US 90 westbound near Zarzamora. That's not causing any issues as well, but obviously you want to make sure that you are very focused this morning. Wide look at the metropolitan area just shows plenty of green to go with St. Patrick's Day, but still plenty of active construction. And of course, we're going to keep a very close eye on the roads throughout this newscast. So scan this QR code and make sure you do have your KSAT notifications turned on your mobile app. That will take you to our traffic page, and any incident that does pop up on our roadways, you will be notified. So know before you go, guys.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Well, here's today's 9 at 9.
Federal regulators say First Republic Bank now has the lifeline it needs to stay afloat. They say 11 other banks are providing $30 billion in deposits to save it. People familiar with the matter say the consortium involves big names like J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citigroup.
Credit Suisse shares surged yesterday after the Swiss central bank agreed to loan the bank up to $54 billion. They settled around a 17% gain yesterday. That was a massive turnaround from a day earlier when news that the bank's biggest shareholder would not inject more money into the Credit Suisse sent its shares tumbling 30%.
High prices may not be the only thing you have to worry about at the supermarket. There's a new movement towards using facial recognition in stores for security reasons. Dozens of large retailers in New York City are already using facial recognition to catch repeat shoplifting offenders. The businesses are required to post signs notifying customers of any biometric surveillance.
The head of TikTok telling the Wall Street Journal that forcing a sale from its Chinese owners won't address any security concerns. Shou Chu says his company is already planning to store the data of American users with another company, Oracle. Washington lawmakers have raised concerns that TikTok could share information with the Chinese government.
A train derailment in Washington state has left 2,500 gallons of diesel fuel spilled on the ground. The 7-car train derailed after midnight Thursday in a city about 2 hours north of Seattle. At the moment, a cause for the derailment is unknown, and crews are working to remove contaminated soil.
Another train derailment happening yesterday, this one in Kentucky. Officials say the accident was caused by a semi-truck that became stuck on the tracks. State police say the train was carrying vehicles and there is no threat to the area. About a dozen rail cars jumped the tracks. There is no estimate yet on how long it's going to take to clean up.
2 acts that gave the president authority to use military force in Iraq could soon be repealed. The Senate voted yesterday to advance a bill repealing 2 Iraq war power acts as lawmakers work to reassert their authority in military intervention overseas. The White House said it supports repealing the measures. A final vote on the bill is expected early next week.
Another drug maker is cutting the price of insulin. Yesterday, Sanofi announced it's dropping the price of Latinos by 78%. Latinos is the company's most widely prescribed insulin in the U.S. The company also says it's setting a $35 a month cap for patients with private insurance. The move follows similar ones by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk this month.
FDA advisors voted yesterday to support a full approval for Pfizer's Paxlovid as a COVID-19 treatment. In 2021, the FDA gave the antiviral emergency use authorization for treating mild to moderate illnesses in high-risk adults. The drug is not yet approved. The FDA is expected to complete its review for approval in May. And that's today's 9 at 9. In your morning headlines at 9:04, we take you to the Dallas area to show some of the damage left behind from severe storms there. And another invention to keep kids safe in schools.
And David, are you ready for this? Here's my surfer voice. A dude in Australia hung 10 like over 500 times, man. And some stinky stuff is headed to the Florida coast. David Sears is here keeping it gnarly for us.
Oh,
David.
that was good.
Hey.
I like that. That was good.
That was radical.
Yeah. Rad, man. We'll get to that in just a second. Can't top that. All right, before we get to that, and before we talk about the wild weather was last night. You know, we had some here. Well, Dallas got hit pretty hard yesterday afternoon. This is the front of an office building, actually in Irving. You can see the letters of the office building are actually on the ground. It said something of Dallas. Well, it was actually an auto dealership in Dallas with those missing letters all over the parking lot. As we said, the dealership was in Irving. The general manager was inside the building at the time, and he described what it was like when that storm hit.
I looked up and you could see it was coming from this way, and then this one was coming this way, and you could see like circulation in it. So I thought it'd be best for everybody to get inside. And right at that time, it just like quadrupled in intensity with the storm.
We're still trying to figure out if we had any damage around here. Mia's going to be back with what things look like today and the rest of the weekend for you in just a second. All right, let's take you to school in Alabama. It looks like a teacher just pushing a floor-to-ceiling whiteboard back into the corner of the room. It's much more than just a space to carry out classroom lessons. This teacher is pulling it away from the wall to show you what is behind it. A safe space for students and teachers. It only takes about 10 seconds for that wall to turn into a room. Those walls are bulletproof. The whole thing locks from inside. It is designed to keep people safe from an active shooter and even severe weather. The head of a security company came up with the idea after the school shooting in Uvalde. There are actually two at 2 different elementary schools there in Coleman, Alabama, the first of its kind in the nation. A beautiful sunrise at the beach, not just any beach. That is a beach in Australia. And that is Blake Johnson out there hanging 10 on those waves. He's setting a record for a good cause. Blake hitting 570 waves in just 40 hours, a new Guinness record. The reason? To raise awareness and money for a youth mental health foundation. He also did it in memory of his dad who committed suicide 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think you'd be proud. Yeah.
Oh, we're just so immensely proud of what he's done and what he's setting out to achieve. This is all about honouring the legacy of our amazing dad who took his own life 10 years ago this year. So this is a personal journey that he's been on, and again, we're just so immensely proud of what he's done and what he's doing. He's amazing.
not even going to try to compete with Alyssa and her hanging 10. The goal was to raise $250,000 for the Youth Mental Health Foundation. And finally this morning, you think those little tar balls that come up on the beach on the Texas coast sometimes are bad? Oh, look at this mess. This is on the beach in Florida, seaweed. The Florida coast is about to get smacked with giant's blob of that seaweed, more than what you see here. Matter of fact, the mass is so huge you can see part of it from space. Those blobs look like little teardrops. They stretch over 60 miles. Most of the mess is still offshore, but if too much actually hits the beach, it can rot the sand, give off a bad smell, and even irritate your nose and lungs. And that does not sound pleasant.
Nah, it's pretty nasty.
At all. So,
it's affected places like Cancun and Cozumel for a couple of years now, but I guess now it's going the other direction.
Going to Florida. So you wonder what they're trying to do to avoid all that.
They're going to be busy hauling a lot of seaweed off the coastline.
Can you burn that stuff?
I don't know if you can burn it. But they get rakes and shovels and backhoes and everything to try to fight that.
And where do they put it?
It's a good question. Really good question. Maybe they could turn it into biofuel one day, right?
Oh, that would be
Oh, that's a great idea.
I think they've already tried it, but anyway. Thank you, David. 9:08, 44 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Coming up, if you drive a Ford or Lincoln, listen up. There's a recall on certain models as brake issues are being seen. We'll tell you what those models are later in the show.
Friday morning, 9:12. Welcome back. The 4th Annual Girls Empowerment Summit is kicking off this morning, and it's bringing together inspiring voices and workshops.
Tiffany Huertas joins us from the Neighborhood Place, a community center on the west side, with more on this two-day event, including what topics will be discussed. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning and happy Friday. A lot of excitement here on the west side. And take a look, girls from all across San Antonio. Last 2 years, this event was virtual and now we're back in person. There's going to be several sessions here and different topics, including social media awareness, self-care, and so much more. Selena Witt behind this event and Dr. Adriana Rocha Garcia, Councilwoman for District 4, are both joining me this morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. How exciting is this? Selena, talk to us about this event.
It is going to be an amazing Friday. It's St. Patrick's Day. The girls are wearing green. They're full of energy, and really they're just really excited to learn and engage and embrace everything that's coming their way, from the mentoring hour to learning about the professions that they can become. We ultimately have to set those people in front of them so that they can know and feel what they can become in the future, right? So we're excited for today. All of our young girls come from all over the city, east side, west side, south side, north side, but we're happy to be here in the heart of the west side.
How important is to have this event here?
It's definitely important. So this is our first year back in person. Actually, this has never been done in person because the very first year when we planned this, we had this wonderful plan. We were ready to go. It was like 6 a.m. and we get notice that the first community spread of COVID happened, so we canceled the event. So the next 2 years it was virtual. So this is a big deal. This is the first time that the girls get to be around one another and be with their mentors. So very, very excited about it.
What type of impact have you seen over the year?
Well, from our girls, of course, mental health is always the biggest issue. So going from being in home, being in front of their computer, to actually being able to engage and connect with girls that they wouldn't otherwise be able to connect with, this is going to make all the difference in their confidence and their self-esteem, and ultimately giving them just that space to be themselves.
What an incredible event, right?
Absolutely. So we have little girls, we have little older girls, and so earlier I was talking to this little girl and she's like, wage equity, what does that mean? And so her mom said, well, it means that girls get paid less than boys. And her face, she was just so shocked. And I said, but don't worry, because we're all here to talk about it. And hopefully when you get a job, you won't even have to worry about this. And so, but it's really interesting, right? That like the kids don't know about it. And so it's important to introduce them to these type of topics.
Amazing. Well, what an incredible event and what a beautiful setup. Thank you both for joining us this Friday. It's all about girl power this Friday. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany.
Well, we're getting a different look at storms that moved through the DFW area yesterday. This time-lapse drone video captured the moment a tornado warning storm passed over Fort Worth. A tornado warning was issued by the Weather Service, but it's not been confirmed if the tornado actually touched the ground or not yet. Hail, strong winds, and heavy rain were also seen with some of these storms, which we had in the area in the overnight hours. But the good news is things have calmed down. Mia joins us now here at the desk. They've calmed down enough that we can actually have a little fun with St. Patrick's Day. Just saw this great joke on social media from a girl I went to high school with out in Virginia. And the question is, St. Patrick's Day, what's green and stays outside?
A clover.
A frog?
Patio furniture.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good one.
I feel like our answers weren't completely out
exactly.
of
We
the
were
realm
thinking
of
too hard.
possibilities. We're thinking very realistically.
Yes, I give you that one, Bark. I give you that one.
Good. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day. And I know our weather people are conflicted on a day like this because they would love to wear green, but the green wall would prevent that from happening.
I know. I'm going to get some pinches here probably before the day is done, but that's okay. I knew about it coming. Oh. Thank you, Alyssa. There it is. There it is. But yeah, so we were looking at that video, right, of those strong storms up near the DFW area. We did find some strong storms here in south central Texas overnight. It was a noisy night for some of us as we saw that strong cold front move through. This is a picture of some hail that was sent in from Carrizo Springs out there in Dimmitt County. Almost kind of looks like snow out there on the ground. There's so much of it. But yes, we don't like the severe weather, of course, that came with those storms, but we definitely will take the rain. Wasn't for everybody, but here in San Antonio, at least officially over at the airport, just over 0.3 of an inch recorded in the rain gauge since last night. Just under a quarter over in Floresville, out there in Wilson County, over 0.75 of an inch in Converse, 0.48, just under half of an inch over there in Seguin in Guadalupe County. Now we are quieting things down on the radar right now, at least compared to more of the widespread coverage that we saw through the overnight hours. You can see basically here in San Antonio and points west, we're pretty dry out there, but we do still have some lingering showers moving farther up to the northeast across our far southeastern counties. So near Poth, 181 there, southern Wilson County, a little bit of light rain filtering farther off to the east. That continues into northern Karnes County and even farther up towards Gonzales as well as Hallettsville over there in Lavaca County. Still seeing a little bit of light rain, likely needing to use the windshield wipers and of course still needing the umbrella for a little bit longer. I do think into this afternoon though, at least for the rest of us, we should dry things out a bit more. Overall daytime highs are headed for the mid 50s, maybe a few upper 50s and potentially some low 60s across our far southern counties, depending on how well the cloud cover is able to break up. That is ultimately going to determine just how high those daytime highs are able to climb out there this afternoon into this evening, and even more so tonight though. Another piece of energy is going to move in from the west, and that looks to spark some additional scattered rain, especially across the hill country and then into the central portions of our region. Now, it's not out of the question that we see a few snowflakes trying to mix in with some of that cold rain, but you can see here on our temperatures, we are expected to remain above freezing right here at the surface, so no travel impacts are expected. But still, by the time the sun comes up tomorrow morning, maybe we could find a light frosting across some elevated surfaces, some grassy surfaces in the hill country. If we are able to find a few flakes mix in, that could potentially move as far south as northern Bexar County. We'll keep eyes on it. Again, no travel impacts are expected, and then just some showers continue throughout the remainder of our Saturday. Now, I do want to briefly touch on the winds. Still gusty out there right now. We'll continue to hold on to some wind gusts upwards of about 30, maybe 35 miles per hour through lunchtime. Then those winds subside just a little bit more this afternoon. This weekend, keep the jacket handy, keep the umbrella handy. Unseasonably cold and damp at times. That continues into Monday, and then finally, we'll start to warm things back up by the middle of next week for the first few days of spring, starting to feel a little bit more like it.
Yes, well, we're definitely looking forward to that warm weather, but I think a lot of us are looking forward to bundling in or bundling up and staying in.
If you have any fun weekend plans inside, it's not a bad weekend for that.
Think about this when it's 95 degrees in a couple of months.
There you go.
Very true.
That's it.
920, 45 degrees.
Coming up next, what some homeowners are doing to help sell their house quicker. We'll be right back.
923 bidding wars, sticker shock, rock bottom mortgage rates. That's what the housing market looked like during the pandemic.
But now that mortgage rates are between 6 and 7%, things have changed. At 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz reports that may just help buyers.
Derek Aguilar is house hunting for his mom again. Last summer, they just gave up.
Prices were high, and yeah, people were outbidding us. So we'd put in an offer, we'd be in a little over asking, and somebody else would come in even further over asking.
The wild pandemic housing market is calming down. Last month, existing home sales dropped again, down 28% compared to last year. The median price, flat at $300,000. Evidence prices are moderating. Homes are taking longer to sell, 2 months instead of weeks, and some sellers reducing prices. Last spring, sellers were getting on average 101% of their asking price. Last month, it was more like 93%.
The market started shifting in July, so now our buyers have a lot more opportunities to get the home that they're looking for.
Realtor Monique Cardenas says buyers now have more power.
We are past the 3% interest rates, multiple offer situations, and so it's really educating our clients right now.
With spring, sales are picking up. She says updated homes priced right will sell, but
if it's not the top most desirable home, sellers off the bat are already offering to pay their closing costs.
And there's another break for buyers with FHA loans. Next week, new rules cut mortgage insurance costs by 30%. As for the Aguilars, they're seeing more options, more hope.
We're hoping not to be in the same situation as over the summer.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Now to a recall alert for certain Ford and Lincoln model vehicles. The recall affects more than 1 million of them because of issues with the brakes. Their front brake hoses could tear and leak brake fluid. Recall includes the 2013 to 2018 Ford Fusions and 2013 to 2018 Lincoln MKZs.
Pfizer is recalling more than 4 million packages of a prescription migraine medicine. The company says the packaging for Nurtec ODT is not child resistant. The recall is voluntary. Pfizer says people don't need to throw away or return the medicine, but instead keep it out of reach of children. Pfizer is now developing new child-proof packaging. You can find more information about the recall at Pfizer.com.
Time right now is 9:26, 45 degrees. There is more ahead on GMSA at 9. Including a rescue earlier this morning. San Antonio fire crews pulling a man from a storm drain. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that soon. Plus, what firefighters are saying what a huge issue is when it came to putting out a fire overnight that left one person dead. We'll be back. Taking a live look right now across the city. It's a little gloomy outside, but it doesn't mean your St. Patrick's have to be. The river will be green later today for the River Parade. And what you need to know about weather before you go, Mia's going to tell us all about it. Mia.
Yep, exactly. Biggest thing today, just know that it is a lot colder than what we saw yesterday after we saw that front move through as well. So you're definitely going to want to take the extra layer if you are planning on stepping out over the next several hours. And really, those unseasonably cold conditions are going to continue into the weekend. And at times it will be damp as well with some additional chances for some rain. Now quickly, let's take a look at the pollen count though. Oak is still high. No big surprise there considering it is oak season, but molds have now jumped up to the moderate category following the rain that we saw move through overnight. And you can see that we still do have some showers floating across our eastern counties. That all headed closer to the Houston area. Temperatures right now sitting in the mid 40s here in San Antonio. And again, it is windy out there. Some gusts upwards of about 30 to even 35 miles per hour have been seen over the past few hours. Still breezy out there this afternoon. Temperatures are headed for the 50s for the most part. And again, we still do have additional chances for some rain. Maybe a few snowflakes trying to mix into portions of the hill country overnight tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. No ice impacts, but still we'll keep an eye on that. Keep that umbrella handy this weekend as well at times, but then temperatures start to warm back up next week. We'll have another full look at that forecast coming up in just a few.
Let's check traffic one more time real quick and see how things are looking out there. No accidents to report, but we do have a stalled vehicle reported on westbound Highway 90 at West Military Drive. One man has quite a story to tell after his rescue from a manhole early this morning. San Antonio firefighters had to pull him out after he fell in.
Katrina Weber is alongside Interstate 10 near Colorado Street where it happened and tells us he was hurt, but he should be okay.
The firefighters told me that man suffered a leg injury. We actually saw him when they brought him up and wheeled him by. The firefighters tell me that he was alert and talking. Now, this is the manhole where it happened. They say that he fell about 15 to 20 feet straight down. They had to bring out their rescue rig and use a system of ropes, first to lower first responders into the manhole, then to bring the man back up. They say there is an area of the storm drain that homeless people use to get out of the elements, and due to the rain overnight, they were not able to access it the usual way. They believe that this man was trying to climb down the manhole to a dry spot but slipped and fell. Luckily, he was not alone at the time. Other people with him managed to call 911. During that rescue, the lower level of I-10 near Colorado was shut down because of the fire truck on the highway. Now, again, that man suffered a leg injury and was taken to a hospital for treatment. The firefighters say this is not the kind of rescue they see every day, but they do train for it, and they say today they were ready. Reporting just northwest of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Developing now, a woman is dead after a house fire on the city's west side. Fire crews say the fire started after 4 this morning at a home on Monterey Street near Cesar Chavez. High winds made it difficult to get the fire out. After it was out, firefighters found a woman inside the home. CPR was done on her, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. Right now, it's unclear what caused the fire.
New video this morning showing the fear filling the air at the San Antonio Zoo moments after a tree broke and fell onto guests earlier this week. At least 7 people were hurt, including a child who was in serious condition at last check. And here's what one witness said about the scary moments that unfolded amid those spring break crowds.
One lady that I was helping with others was screaming, "My baby."
An arborist told KSAT that based on the size of the part of the tree that fell, it could weigh between 1,500 and 2,000 pounds. Meanwhile, the zoo's president and CEO says staff are working to investigate what caused that tree to break.
Nearly a dozen people are behind bars this morning, charged in connection with a recent street takeovers in Austin. Austin police announcing the arrest of 11 people, the youngest suspect just 15 years old. Investigators say the group responsible includes people from San Antonio. Now a statewide effort is bringing in suspects.
It came from Houston, from Dallas, from San Antonio and other cities. I mean, there was that long list that I just listed off. And as a matter of fact, most of the arrests that we have already made were not here in the city of Austin. They were actually in other cities across the state.
Yeah, a very long list of charges. They vary from reckless driving, obstruction of a highway, and engaging in organized crime to unlawful use of fireworks, a first-degree felony. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office and San Antonio Police are also working with what's being called Operation Burnout. They are currently attempting to identify additional suspects and vehicles. For a list of the arrests made and those who remain to be detained, head to our website at ksat.com.
Zeke was a guy to follow, and so just of how to be a pro and how to be a pro with a smile on your face and enjoying this game and enjoying life. And yeah, as I say, I can't imagine him not in the locker room.
Well. Dak missing his buddy, huh?
Yeah, life without Zeke there.
Yeah, that was Dak responded to the Cowboys letting Zeke go yesterday. Well, let's see, 3 things. Zeke injured a lot. Production was down last year.
Yep.
And he makes a lot of money.
Yes. I would say those would be the 3 biggest factors in the Cowboys deciding to part ways with Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, and you guys might remember that Zeke and Dak actually entered the NFL the same draft. You remember that magical year? It was when Tony Romo went down, David, in the preseason, and then there were a lot of questions about Zeke, but a lot of questions about Dak. But Zeke actually really stepped up that season and had some unbelievable years for the Cowboys.
He had 2 or 3 great years, and then he's just seemed to fall off. Got a little trouble off the field.
Yeah.
And that kind of affected things. He got suspended for like 6 games.
6 games,
one year because of some off-the-field situations he got involved in. And then I think after that it was all, it's been kind of downhill. So, and then when you look at Tony Pollard and what he's done and how he has stepped up, especially when Zeke was hurt or when Zeke was out, I don't think that was a tough decision for the Cowboys to make when you just look at productivity by itself.
Yeah, obviously, Tony Pollard, you mentioned, David, the Cowboys have franchise tagged him, so Tony Pollard's going to be sticking around. Maybe the Cowboys look to draft another running back to maybe help out with the workload that Zeke was getting, but his production just dropped over the past couple of years, 3.8 yards per carry, and as we mentioned, we just saw Dak a little while ago. Let's hear what he had to say about Zeke.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, it really is. It's tough. A brother, playing the game with a brother, being able to start this NFL career and share so many memories and grow up as men. With this organization. I really can't imagine taking the field without him. Something I don't know if it's completely hit me yet. Obviously, I've talked to him. I'm hurt. I'm sure he is, but it's more importantly for me just to be able to support him. I know he's got more opportunities coming his way, and love that guy. Proud of him. Number one supporter in here for him, no matter what.
A little emotional, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's Tony Dorsett right there. He tweeted out that he wanted to thank Ezekiel Elliott for all the excitement you brought to the Dallas Cowboy fans. Good luck and Godspeed. Before we go on to anything else, some breaking news, though. So he's going to lose a buddy, but he's gaining somebody that he's very familiar with to help him through the quarterback process.
Yeah, that's right. It was just announced that Cooper Rush has re-signed with the Cowboys. Remember, he went 4-1 in Dak's absence last year and really kind of kept the ship afloat there after Dak went down in the first game of the regular season.
There were a couple of teams that were looking at signing Cooper Rush, too. So the Cowboys, hey, the Cowboys made some good moves. Good stuff. That was smart, wasn't it, to sign Cooper Rush?
All right, well, after 3 straight road games, the San Antonio Brahmas are coming back home. Finally, it feels like it's been forever. Do you remember that home opener? All right, well, they're back to host the Arlington Renegades.
Yeah, the Brahmas 1-3. And here's the thing. Remember the opening day? The Rock was here. There was like 24,000 fans in the stands, and it's been a while since they've come back. Hey, it's kind of I would say it's a messy weekend. Let's put it that way. So where else are you going to go? You might as well go to the Alamo Dome, watch Essex Fell, watch the Brahmas play, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What else are you gonna do?
So a couple of back-to-back losses here, one at Houston and then the other one at Seattle, so it'll be good to see them back here at home. What about the Spurs, David? Also back here at home tonight.
Are they playing tonight?
They are playing tonight.
After they lost to Dallas and over. Hey, did you see the Dallas game? That was a good game.
I did. Yeah. That was a great play at the end, Keldon Johnson.
This thing is winded down. We said it the other night. You're running out of times to go see the Spurs because, there's not too many games left. So that's tonight, 7 o'clock, and it's the Memphis Grizzlies here at home.
And still no Ja Morant for the Grizzlies as well.
Was in the middle of that 8-game suspension.
Yeah, wanted to also mention March Madness, NCAA tournament. Texas wins. A&M loses. Sorry, Mia. Is that why Justin's not here? Because A&M.
No. Oh, no. RJ, while he's not here.
Like a little.
Sometimes the 3 of us, Sarah, Justin, and I, we do talk about all the A&M things.
Yeah, like a little pity party after a while.
Yeah, got a text chat going on.
All right, guys, we got to go. Thank you very much. 9:40, 45 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Coming up, how many people are expected to attend Tejano Fest as the event opens up to full capacity for the first time in 3 years. We'll be right back.
Happening today, the San Antonio Riverwalk is turning green in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
The water will be dyed green this afternoon at 1, then again on Saturday afternoon. It's all a part of the St. Patrick's Day Festival and River Parade this weekend. The tradition has been celebrated since 1968. You can read more about it now on KSAT.com.
And despite the weather, there's more fun in town. Tejano Fest is now underway on Market Square. More than 125,000 people are expected to come out for the 4-day event. It's actually the first time since the pandemic the event will be at full capacity. Now, despite the cold weather throughout the weekend, they are expecting large crowds. Organizers say for the most part, The show will go on, rain or shine, cold or hot, doesn't matter. More than 100 musical acts from across the country are set to perform. Fanfare is free and open to everyone. And I think we kind of gave away your forecast there.
I mean, it's a good tease, definitely. Yeah. This weekend, definitely going to want to keep the jacket handy. Unseasonably cold conditions continue even into the beginning of next week. And yes, we do have more chances for some rain in the forecast. Really, the first one moves back in this evening and tonight. That sticks with us throughout our Saturday, and then some additional scattered showers possible by Sunday and into Monday. But yes, let's look at the headlines here. What we're going to be monitoring over the next several days here in San Antonio. Again tonight and through the overnight hours, some scattered rain moves in from the west. Yes, a few snowflakes could mix in with some of that across portions of the hill country. Again, no really travel impacts expected if we do find that. Sunday and into Monday, still unseasonably cold. We're talking lows in the upper 30s, low 40s, highs struggling to climb out of the low 50s. Jacket weather for sure. And yes, it will be damp at times with more chances to find some rain out there. And then next week, we will start to see those thermometers climb back up closer to where we should be for this time of year by Wednesday and into Thursday especially. But of course, this all follows the strong cold front that we had move through south central Texas very early this morning. You can see still some rain filtering across the southeastern portions of the Lone Star State this 9 a.m. hour. That front now closer to the New Orleans area. Check out these temperatures now that that boundary is pretty much cleared the state of Texas. Cold outside in San Antonio right now, sitting at 45 degrees. Check out the Panhandle, below freezing in Amarillo, also below freezing out in far west Texas in Marfa, sitting at 30 degrees this hour. But of course, when you factor in those winds, it feels even colder than what the actual thermometers are reading. Feels like 39 here in San Antonio. 36 is that wind chill value over in New Braunfels. It actually feels like freezing in Bernie right now. So yes, definitely wanting the jacket. You're probably going to want to keep the long sleeve, honestly, throughout the remainder of the day. Again, just how high those thermometers are able to climb in terms of your forecast highs, that's going to depend on if that cloud cover can break up and lead way to more peaks of sunshine. But for now, we'll shoot for the mid, maybe some upper 50s here in Bexar County, and then chilly again later this evening for any Friday night plans. I mentioned that wind still with us. We've got wind gusts in the range of about 25 to even 30 miles per hour, 33 mile per hour wind gusts clocked in over in New Braunfels. Generally, that range sticks with us over the next few hours through lunchtime. And then as we head into this afternoon, still breezy, some wind gusts upwards of about 20 miles per hour, not going to be quite as windy as what we've seen out there this morning. Here's your weekend forecast. You can see those cold conditions continue, upper 30s, low 40s, and then daytime highs in the low 50s. But we will still need to monitor the overnight hours tonight, again, as we see that next piece of energy move in from the west across portions of the hill country into the early morning hours of our Saturday, and maybe as far south as northern Bexar County. Yes, a few flakes could mix in with some of that rain. Again, the ground, the small layer of the atmosphere here at the surface, temperatures are just above freezing, so we're not going to see any travel impacts. So I do want to just hit home with that. No travel impacts if we do find it, but yes, it is going to be cold and it is going to be a damp weekend, and then we'll warm things up by the middle of next week, guys.
I've made no secret that I'm smoking a brisket starting later today.
Yes.
I can't wait to be out there tomorrow morning with an adult beverage going, what? Is that a snowflake?
Right, yeah. Hey, we'll see what we can find.
Okay.
So. Yeah,
I'm up in northern Bexar County, so we'll see what happens.
Just ways to bring in spring in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Never a dull moment. 9:48, 45 degrees right now, and your Friday morning.
Yeah, you all stay tuned, because after the break, we're not only going to tell you and show you how to grow a successful garden with Sarah Acosta in our KSAT garden, but we're going to show you this awesome moment we captured on video in the KSAT garden. We'll be right back. Now, things might be cold and gray outside right now, but once things clear up, it is a great time to plant your perennial plants in your garden.
Sarah Acosta is back in the KSAT garden, where she's planting a pollinator garden. She gives her advice on what you should plant if you want your garden to be filled with butterflies.
If If you want to spruce up your garden with color, always pick plants that can also benefit our pollinators. Without our bees and butterflies, we wouldn't have our essential vegetation needed for food to keep our planet cool. You also want to plant heat and drought-tolerant plants. SAWS has a great list of these, and most on this list are native and great for pollinators. One of the flowers I picked for our garden is called Greg's Mist Flower. I have these at home. They do wonderful here in San Antonio. Not only are they native, they are heat and drought tolerant, and they bloom for a good part of the year. And here's a little secret. These are like candy to butterflies. If you plant this in your garden, they'll be filled with all kinds of butterflies all year long. I also chose tropical milkweed. This is technically not native to San Antonio, but SAWS recognizes it as a water-saving plant because you don't need to water it a lot. It does great in heat, and also, most importantly, it's a source for our monarch butterflies. Look, I know some of you might be saying I should be using native milkweed, not tropical milkweed, but I do plant native milkweed from seed at home, and it's very difficult to grow, can be very finicky. So tropical milkweed is a great plant for the KSAT garden. And I know that there is a little bit of controversy. There was a study done that suggested that tropical milkweed might actually hurt our monarch butterflies. But I spoke with the director of the National Butterfly Center, and she says that there is not enough evidence to actually back that research up. And so the National Butterfly Center actually supports using tropical milkweed as a source for our monarch butterflies. You see all those little yellow dots on the tropical milkweed? Those are aphids. You really don't want them on your milkweed, but you also don't want to use any chemicals or pesticides. So you can just spray them off with a water hose, or you can send in Nature's Defenders. Look at that ladybug. Ladybugs love to eat aphids. Before you plant, it's important to place out your plants before you start digging so you have a good idea of what it's going to look like. So the next step, of course, is to dig your holes. You don't want them too shallow, but you don't also want them too deep. A good way to measure is if you have your 1-gallon planter. If it fits in there, then that's probably the perfect size for it. Sometimes I use an auger on a drill to speed up the digging process. Lastly, you want to give your plants a deep watering right before you plant. As they are getting established, you want to water often depending on the heat and the drought. You can touch the soil. If it's no longer moist, it's time to water. And just a few days after planting, I saw this magical moment. We already have a female monarch. You can see she is laying eggs on the milkweed. It's exactly why we planted milkweed. So our monarchs have a host plant where they can not just feed, but also lay their eggs. Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
Love it. San Antonio Parks and Rec is having another fruit tree giveaway tomorrow morning. This is the second free tree giveaway put on by the city. This year, its Urban Forestry Division will be handing out 850 trees this time. Drive-throughs out at Wolf Stadium begins at 8 tomorrow morning while supplies last. Fruit trees that will be available include lemon, grapefruit, avocado, lime, a type of orange tree, pink lemon, mango, and fig, to name a few. Each household is limited to one free tree.
Pretty cool. All right, let's get you one final look at those current conditions outside. It is cold. Temperatures right now in the 40s, and across our eastern counties, Lavaca, Gonzales, stretching over to DeWitt County, still have a few light showers making their way farther off to the east. A few more possible later tonight, and especially through the overnight hours. We'll keep eyes on that. Cold this weekend. Keep the jackets handy. That continues into Monday, first day of spring. Not really feeling like it here in South Central Texas, but the day is following that will as we warm things up back into the 70s.
Just glad the rough weather's over with.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Have a great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and be safe out there. Alyssa, thanks for filling in the last couple days.
Yes, all day. It was good being with you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.